Yo, what's up? Welcome everybody to
Hey, good seeing you. It's been about a week, so
yeah.
How you guys doing? Even though we, just saw each other 5 minutes ago.
Groovy.
Yes, welcome to Technically Trek. It's the podcast where we talk about all things Trek adjacent.
And today's special Tornado Trek adjacent episode because you guys may get blown away.
Yep.
Oh, and hey, what's up, John in the chat? Hello there.
Oh, damn. I'm in YouTube and I didn't even look at it.
You know, I got to situate my windows here. We're kind of doing a different setup. We're doing something different here with the setup. So let me see if I can... John Bisme says hello. Hello to you, John Bisme.
I think I know John. John, did you work at a IT place?
Dox the dude.
John B.
Hey,
see?
I know who John is. All right, John.
Hello, John.
Welcome aboard.
John B., did you have a hit single called... I've always wondered whatever happened to that guy because he never really did anything after that.
No, but man, the bug zapper is going crazy. Thanks to Crewman Mgyx for suggesting that we turn that thing on, and it is just nonstop with all the ladybugs. And yes, as John B says, we are under a tornado watch. I think it is. Yeah, a tornado warning means like there's a visible tornado somewhere in your area, but we're not at that point yet. But I'm thinking probably in half an hour we'll be at that point. But I just went outside right now. It's not even raining yet. So
test out your new roof.
Yes,
Wait, it's not raining, but how windy is it?
It was very windy earlier, but now it's kind of calm. So that could be a bad sign.
I hope it doesn't hail. My car's out there.
That's kind of, if I remember, windy means you're on the outer edge, leading edge, or you're on the edge of it. When it gets calm, that's kind of when you're in the middle, and that's kind of where you need to watch for a drop down.
Missouri is still.
Yeah, it's. I think it's hitting St. Louis right now.
Hey, but if things go the way someone else is planning on it, I may be coming out that way. So if somebody's got a room for rent.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Hold on.
We'll
I gotta get
something.
Keep talking amongst yourselves.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Someone has decided that they may not want to pay to keep their house up anymore.
Oh. Hey, there's plenty of room over here.
The problem is this, as I was saying, she's a hoarder. So I'm like, you can't take none of this shit with you. When you go into that like assisted facility or the nursing facility places, long-term cares, I'm like, you can't take none of this stuff. I'm like, you're basically in a hospital room.
Yo, we got a special gift for PVG because he's always contributing and bringing paraphernalia and telling us things to spend our money on.
That's why I said I may be spending some money.
Hold on, let me switch cameras real quick. So I got PVG the 2025 calendar.
Oh, wow.
And dilithium crystal breath mints.
Wow, I did not need those. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I haven't seen them yet.
It doesn't really matter. Thank you. Wow.
Now the question is, are you going to try them out? Wait, first of all, are you going to open them?
Heck no, it's probably a collector's.
Either one.
It's probably a collector's.
That's true.
Wow.
So you wouldn't use the calendar at all?
I would use the calendar.
I figured, since we're already in April, I better buy it before we're too far in the year. But yes, because PVG is always. I mean, he brought a ton of stuff. Check this out. He brought. This is the. He's got a stack of books here that he brought.
You brought the manual?
The officer's manual from the Enterprise.
Which
I mean, this is a real book.
I made up. My wife will tell you that.
Which Enterprise is it?
It just says USS Enterprise. It says, 1701, OM 1701 CEC.
So that's just a 1701.
Oh, we just got tornado warned.
Thanks, Sean.
That means it's more serious.
You need to look at where's the captain's yacht in the original Enterprise. Like, when did they add the captain's yacht to it?
I think it's probably always been there, but they just never
manual.
Note, they probably didn't have the money and the budget to actually use it.
Well, I know that's what they did with the Galileo, because I almost went to Vegas to go see the original one.
Mr. Scott's Guide to the Enterprise.
See, that needs to have some documentation on how Kirk and Spock could have fixed the ship without dying. You know what?
Travel
we just
pod.
Watched it. If they had the life-saving belts on, Kirk could have just walked in there, did what he needed to do,
right,
and then walked out. If he had that belt on.
All right. Before we get too far in, we just watched. So we tried something new for tonight's episode. We just watched the first episode of Star Trek: The Animated Series. I think from 1972. It's a 24-minute episode we watched on Paramount Plus. We all watched it together. And thoughts. Who's got thoughts?
Brown chicken, brown cow. For the animation. Obviously, so I don't call myself an expert, but I definitely saw the likes of the animator from the original Marvel cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons, where they had the look like they just had a cell that was just somebody was manually moving it, and the Hulk or whoever was jumping, and they just jump like this.
Like it's a cutout, and they just slide the cutout along.
Yes. I always hated those cartoons, but there was nothing else to watch. I also saw the dude, like I said, it looks like he did the animation for Johnny Quest.
Yes. I'm gonna bring up the weather.
Yeah, I just got a message saying a tornado watch. Watch out.
I also got impressions of the. I don't know if I want to say it was racist, but first of all, there were some continuity errors. The helmsman next to Sulu switched out twice within one action sequence. Spock went from looking normal with very minimal spiked ears to full-on Asian.
Yeah.
Even more so than Sulu looked, and Sulu is Asian. And then they gave McCoy the bags under his eyes like he ain't slept in forever. And then I think they wanted to add that scene that you mentioned, PBG. I think they wanted to add in another scene, so they just took a cookie cutter of Bones and just changed out the hair and made it Spock.
Yeah.
Which very much, ironically, as John said, Funimation style. Because if you take Dragon Ball and you remove the hair from Vegeta and Goku and Gohan and switch the hair, they're all the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a cartoon that would be on the Electric Company.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You know? It was... now, what about... Okay, so let's talk about the plot, right? So, again, we go back to these, like, all-powerful type beings that they encountered often in the OG. And this one was kind of weird with the, the 300 million year old craft. So does that mean
the dead sun?
What I find strange is that entity would be stuck there for 300 million years or however long. We don't know. We don't really know when that vehicle crashed there. We just know that the vehicle was 300 million years old. It could have crashed there last week, but the fact that no other ship has encountered this alien. You know what it reminds me of is another cartoon, Prodigy. Right? Remember the premise of Prodigy is they've got that virus that will spread to all the other Federation ships or any ship that encounters it. That's what this made me think of is this alien life form infects the controls of the starship, and the next starship it encounters, it'll infect that one, and then they all start getting infected.
And you know who that reminds me of?
V'ger?
Aha! mechanical planet picked up on essence of V'ger, and it's trying its evolution. Like all of these episodes show like little minor evolutions of how V'ger come to be the Borg.
Yeah.
I mean, a virus is just a computer program, okay, and it infected a ship. That ship is mechanical parts. It could slowly take over. But my thing was this. It's never heard it. It's been there 300 million years, possibly. Could have crashed there yesterday, like Tom said. But let's assume that it's been there for at least 100,000 years. One. How the fuck did the Universal Translator translate that? If it's never been heard of before. And we've seen Uhura have to, or not Uhura, Hoshi, have to try and manually come up with that language, but within 2 minutes they're already speaking
Horse shit.
2 life belts. What the fuck? Life belts.
Right. This life belt thing, did they forget about that?
Yeah, that's a step backwards. And with that, I say that because of this. They knew they had to go down there and wear life belts. There was no oxygen, no nothing. And it was, Spock say, absolute zero. So when whatever entity blows away the door, they didn't have, because they got into the room, they're like, oh, we don't need life belts on. Let's deactivate them. But then that entity blows up the door. One, there's no vacuum of space. It doesn't show that it's pressurized. Two, they didn't turn the life belts back on.
I think the life belts were discontinued because of the power problems. They would be using the life belts. They'd be out in space repairing the hull of the ship. And all of a sudden they get a glitch on the power, and the lithium.
Remember, we're just in episode 1. Maybe because what is it? 16 episodes in season 1 and only 6 episodes in season 2, and that's it.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to burn through these pretty quick.
Possibly had a glitch, so they're for safety reasons instead of taking.
They've been recalled.
We're gonna go ahead and just go back to EV suits.
Yeah. They're a little bit more dependent.
No, you know what happened is the tariffs were too high, so they had to stop buying them.
They were having to import lithium.
Yes,
for that. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, now we get it. That was it. Oh, the dude with the why have we not seen another 3-armed dude? That dude had an arm.
Yeah.
Had a arm, possibly an arm, in the middle of his chest. And I only say that because after I said it, Bones and Spock fell down on the ground, and it looked like an episode of the ambiguous gay duo from Saturday Night Live.
Maybe it wasn't an arm.
Spock was about to get mounted. Then you have the porn stash McGee.
Yes, mustache McGee.
He came right off the set.
What? I'm like, why is this giving off just cheap?
Yeah, who's drawing these? Was this sanctioned? Was this official?
Like, was this an anime that was contracted out to Asia, and they were like, we're not making a hentai,
right?
An American hentai, no. Oh, all right, put clothes on everybody.
I'm wondering if the voice actors actually knew that they were even doing this. Like, did he just go grab clips from old episodes and unused footage?
No, they all knew because Leonard Nimoy Kirk was in it, he was hesitant because I think he had just started shooting T.J. Hooker. So he was like, I got another gig role. You want me to go back to Star Trek? It's canceled. And I guess he did it just for the paycheck. So apparently a lot of this shit that Shatner did, he did just for the paycheck because he didn't think it was going to work out the way it did. But Nimoy petitioned to get all the other actors in at decent rates, but he forgot Chekhov. So there was
Chekhov.
always this. And I guess Chekhov never, or Walter Koenig.
Koenig?
Yeah,
Koenig.
Walter Koenig didn't really. He didn't make it a big deal. I guess he wasn't. Literally, you talk about a celebrity that took the high road. He's like the '70s version of Keanu Reeves. He didn't make a big deal out of it, even though they span the next 30 years in this industry working on the same IP. He didn't make a big deal out of it, but it got brought up, as Star Trek, Next Generation, all these things came out, and especially after Leonard Nimoy passed, little things like that came out. That Leonard Nimoy is the one that petitioned to get it done, and even Leonard Nimoy did it on the aspect of, if I got to get sucked into this, all these other motherfuckers need to come in too. You're not just gonna have me, because he didn't want to do anything after he died in Wrath of Khan. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I don't want to come back. So it's very interesting that I don't know if they knew this is a big thing. And I only know this because of watching newer animations like Dragon Ball behind the scenes. So when you do, and one of the guys I work with is now a voiceover artist, like master dude. And he got, what up? I'll give a shout out later on to the exact name. But he actually built a skate pool in his backyard, and he had Tony Hawk and a bunch of the OGs that I always looked up to skating in his backyard last week. So it's kind of dope. But anyway, a lot of the voice animators now, you watch the anime while you're doing your voice acting. But back in the day, you couldn't do that because a lot of the animation had to be shipped out. So it was weeks beforehand, but you read your lines. And I think what they did was, I think they had them just read the lines and then put the voice with the animation afterwards. So I don't know if the actors knew. And with that, you could literally copy and paste from one animation to another. You could have a whole exclusive story and be like, yeah, this is just a movie. And then that one movie that you recorded over the week is now chopped up into 30-some-odd 20-minute animations, and you would never know that.
My phone just gave me the alert, the tornado warning alert.
Shields up, red alert.
That's going to be good footage.
Yeah.
If we're...
Oh, you got your outdoor cameras on?
I do. I'm watching it right now. But it looks quiet. It's not even raining.
Do you have trail cameras?
No, just Ring.
Oh, you should get some of those.
Just Ring.
Just for the whole property, so you can.
So, from my understanding, the animated series is considered canon. Like, it's considered whatever happens in the animated series is a fit. Wow, did you see that lightning bolt?
Yeah, I saw that.
That was massive on my phone.
Maybe we'll hear it.
I got a little emergency light on over there in case we lose power, because it'll go pitch black in here.
Oh, wow. It was pretty far away.
Yeah, it's not here yet. We still probably got another 20.
You need to get bigger so you can red alert.
Well, she's the one that's texting me
Oh, okay.
the alerts. Alexa warnings. Yeah, so the magnetic belt thing, we have to watch and see what happens with those. Because if in the animated series there's no indication that they ever stop using them, then I would think there needs to be an explanation. There should have been an explanation in the first movie of why we're not using these life support belts. Because that would have been a big innovation.
What? With the onset of V'ger, didn't pass OSHA regulations anymore. They could be hacked.
Yeah.
They could be hacked at that point.
They could. Everything can be hacked.
But
Wow,
still, I would rather have those be like, man, you know how dope the show would be if like, because you already have the built-in transporters now. On what is it? Discovery.
Yeah.
Your combats is personal transporter, personal shield, just bam. And I'm surprised they don't have that in Picard. After you have an entire fucking Borg cube sitting in orbit, basically. Why haven't they?
Well, maybe it came along right after that, and that's why Discovery has it in the 31st.
I don't see that. Just is very awkward that they don't have it. Unless, like I said, safety operations, because you could be working on there, you have a faulty crystal, or you bump it wrong, and then all of a sudden you're just death to the vacuum of space.
John B says Worf had a personal shield in Fistful full of datas. The fist full of datas.
So getting flagged for adult content.
So
I was not helping either.
all right.
What was that for?
That was just a celebration. Happy Easter, by the way, everybody.
Yes,
Oh, happy Easter. I totally forgot it was Easter.
he is risen.
My 16-year-old child was baptized last night.
I saw that.
Nice.
Awesome. Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I was home babysitting, but Crewman Patty oversaw that interaction.
I hope she's doing well.
Yeah, she's recovering, so she'll be doing some shorts soon. She wasn't feeling well enough in the hospital. I wanted to do some hospital bed quotes, but yeah, she was.
You definitely could have done the.
Hey, Crewman Sherry. Howdy.
Hey, Crewman Cherry. Nice to see you back again. And you could have done the Kirk and Spock final scene from the new version in the bedroom.
What?
Or in the
bedroom.
bed, hospital bed.
I was like, what movie are you talking about?
I'm telling you, man. That episode, I'm like, hey.
Oh my.
Thank you. Exactly. That's why I'm like, all right, something ain't right about this. But, you know,
Well, Sherry and John B are going to have to keep us on the alert for this weather because we're just in here podcasting. We're not paying attention to the outside world.
All is good.
I
Shields
think
up.
Fistful of Data's was the one where Data was on the holodeck.
What you got over there for beverages?
Western. Are you asking me?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, what do you
I
have
got-
for beverages?
I mean, I got my Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, and
I'm on Twisted number 3. I think that's your third one, right?
I got that much left of my Red Stag. Or this bottle of Red Stag.
The last bottle ever made.
No. I probably have 3 other bottles hidden around here. I cannot have it. I'm not saying I have an alcoholic problem.
You're not
I
going to
know
say
if I
it.
see it there. No, the thing is this. If I see it there and I'm bored, I'm going to want to take a shot of it. So I keep it out of...
Red Stag.
Yeah. I mean, I'm about to take it because I haven't in a while.
You got John B's approval.
Actually, ironically enough, this is probably almost a year old now. 'Cause I think I got it right before last Memorial Day.
Yeah.
I definitely don't drink like I used to drink. But like I said, if I'm bored, which is something I get around here, I'll try and drink it. And I'm like, I don't want to have that lead to one thing lead to another.
By the way, this is episode number 10, everybody. So thanks for tuning in.
Shit.
Yeah.
Episode
We're 10
10.
Like and share.
And subscribe.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep. So, yeah, we...
Wait, what badge? You know what? I forgot to ask. What badge is everyone wearing today?
I'm just wearing my my shirt.
I can't see.
Yeah.
What is that? Discovery?
Mine's got, what is it? What is mine?
Original.
Or OG.
OG.
I'm wearing OG.
PBG, you're OG what? Science, command, or
I
engineering?
command. I'm Discovery. Command.
I am Discovery Medical. I have a see, and so Tom, I don't know if you caught what I was telling PBG about me having a bad habit of just buying things at Fry's Electronics just because you would egg me on or put
Yes,
the
that was a game we
subliminal
played.
message in my head.
Convince the other person that they need something that they
Magic.
totally don't need.
Magic is my brother from another mother. I swear, we're. I would do the same stuff.
I have somehow, and I don't know why. I think this is going to be my thing of collecting Star Trek badges. It's going to be my thing. Like, and it's just going to, I'm going to have, like right now I have one of my stands for my monitors. It's a metal pole. I'm looking at 4 of them just magnetically stuck to the pole. And this is it. And then PBG sent that other link. So I've been looking for another quality one. The QMX ones are really good quality.
Right.
And I've been looking for another one on Amazon and I can't find them. I was like, well, maybe I'll just have to go search the web and, you know, leave the bosom of Amazon. And you sent that link and I was like, that's the original one that I really like from the original motion picture, and it's metal and it's metallic. And I'm like, is it metallic or is it a pen? And that's the biggest thing is I don't want the pens. I want the metallic ones or magnetic ones.
Yeah, it's pretty good quality. What was it? Fan set?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I want that one. And I thought it was just only had like 6 of them on there. I was like, oh, it's only 6.
Yeah.
And then I realized my browser did not load the complete page. So I just happened to move my finger to do something else. And like another 10 loaded.
Yeah, there's like 22 pages on my phone. I'm thinking, wow. There's.
I was like, oh my God, I still want these.
No.
So now I've got to actually, in my mind, I have to budget. Even though they're $22, I need to budget because there's so many. Because eventually I'm like, I want every. It's like Pokemon. You got to have them all. And I don't even have the shirts to go with them. Like my next thing is to order just plain, like Pro Club or whatever. If there was, what was that little, the shops that we used to go to in Mesa that had like just bulk blank shirts?
Oh, like K-Momo?
Yes. If I knew where there
that's
was
a
a
big
cable
lightning
ad
bolt.
here, I would just go get a red, yellow, and light blue shirts. And then I realized I need more than that because that's just the OG series. So now I gotta get a dark blue shirt for the movies. And then I'm like, damn. I was like, I'm really turning into a complete nerd. Almost, like, but I needed to go with the badges. So I'm definitely gonna I'm probably gonna order 4 of those badges. Because that'll put me at $100 plus shipping and handling and whatever taxes go with it. I think that'll put it right at 100, and then I'll wait a while and maybe order some more.
After your first order, you should get a coupon for 15% off.
There you go.
So
That's how they get you.
yeah,
They get you in the-
they just reel you in. It's just
So we'll make your first order small, get that coupon, then do the big order.
Is it just after your first order, or do you have to order a certain amount?
I think it's just a first order.
Okay, then I might do that. I might just order 1.
You know what? I will see if I can send you this coupon that I have.
Oh, he might have a coupon for you.
Oh, you already ordered some?
Oh gosh, yeah. Heck yeah.
So is this a site you've been to before, or did you just come across it? I need
I've
to
been
find
there
out
before.
how fast you pull. Okay, all right. So it's not like I just came across this and I pulled the trigger right then and there.
We need to just find
what-
the store, like the physical location, like a physical supermarket of this kind of like cosplay stuff.
I don't know
you
if
do.
it.
It's called Spencer's. And what is
You know what?
that?
Actually, that's probably partially true.
And what was the other one in Fiesta Mall? The Universal, the movie one.
Yeah.
They had a lot of props and stuff in there as well. If you came in off the,
Even a Hot Topic might even have some stuff.
Yeah, I forgot what the name of that movie place was.
Wow, that thunder is really rolling, as Garth Brooks would say.
Thunder rolls.
Yeah, let's bring up some news here while we're at it.
Wait. What direction is that storm coming in from?
It's coming in from the west, heading east. So
from
it's
northwest or just the west? Because did it pay tariffs?
It's coming from the southwest, coming northeast.
Man. Oh boy, what is it? What is a Klingon?
Klingon. Oh, they got a typo here.
Oh, what the hell?
On this news article.
I've seen. So, emotional damage. So, in that episode, before we move on to this, I mentioned, because Tom mentioned something about what Ahura said. What I've noticed watching the new episode or the OG and kind of going back and catching some of the TNG, and definitely with the cartoon, they do not have a established way of saying phrases. So, in the OG, there was Klingons, and then there were Klingons.
Klingons. I kind of like that. Klingons.
Somebody said nacelle and then nacelle. And they've just, I'm like, what the fuck? And every time I hear it, I think of Tom, because that was his big thing of mispronouncing words.
The wrong emphasis.
Right.
On the wrong syllable.
So I'm like, I thought about it, I was like, I should make a little chart of the Tomisms and the various episodes that I'm watching where I'm like, is it a nacelle? Because they really influence her, like the nay cells.
Right.
Like it's a horse. Like nay. Like, what the fuck?
Does the idea of zombie? Oh, it's saying. Oh, Patty's mom, Crewman Patty's mom, just sent a message saying, "Get in the basement." You know, we're toughing it out for you guys.
Heck yeah!
For the Trek community, we're gonna tough this tornado out.
You do have shields on, right?
Yeah, we got a blade of armor.
Yep. See.
Oh man, that was a big lightning bolt. Now
we are Wessels.
Wow, it's the lightning's nonstop now. The zombie Klingons. Does that make you think this could be cheesy? Does it worry you?
Not really, because I saw how the Andorian got infected by the Gorn. And at that edge, you know, it could be another Gorn thing where at the edge of it, you're kind of you, but then you're not out of it, and they kind of animate your body for a little bit before they do the alien and bust out of your chest. Damn. Crewman Sherry got on a red shirt. Emotional damage. That's all right. I'm sure you got a shuttlecraft around you.
She probably doesn't realize that Trenton is in the path of the storm as well.
What about you, PBG? How do you feel? How you think that's going to work out?
Zombie Klingons. I think Klingons are pretty much on the edge anyway. You know, they're crazy and unpredictable. So it wouldn't be too hard to accept.
Okay.
You know, and in fact, I think they're probably more vicious than ever.
Right.
I think so too. It'd be very feral.
Yeah.
Oh man, John B is trying to scare us. Storm, possible tornado getting close to you guys.
Wouldn't it be shit tomorrow? Like tomorrow's headlines, you know, two dumbasses doing a podcast.
Dumbass podcasters.
Live podcast. Hey, switch. Get
transported.
A ninja ready.
Transported into the sky.
Hold on. Get a ninja window ready with your camera view on, so that you can post your camera on the podcast. So that way you could share that window.
Listen,
oh shit!
If we hear sirens, then we'll take some action. But
and then tomorrow, John B will be interviewed and Sherry and Yeah, we warned them. We warned them.
Hey, this episode will go viral.
Yes. And Mgyx is in Sacramento, and I was watching them, and all of a sudden they disappeared.
Podcasters survive tornado.
This is going harking back to some ancient times here, where I'm getting blamed for it because that headline is going to be like, Sacramento, California podcaster urges his friends to stay on while they pass, and he survives. News at 11. Now I'm getting blamed for this.
Mgyx, it's you got to carry on. If something happens to us,
keep the episode going.
Keep us going.
I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't have none of your stuff. You're going to have to put that in the...
I got redundancy.
Put it in the Google Docs. No, as I was telling PBG, I may be seriously looking at coming out that way if things go the way that someone is hinting at recently.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I'll just grab another chair. Man, we got it all. Look at all this room. I cleared all this out, so I got all this room over here.
Yes.
I would need a room to live in, not just do the podcast in.
Hey, I know a guy.
All right, let's see what's next.
I know a guy. Right, Chief Scott?
Klingons.
Do we have a way of writing to this person and be like, hey, that's not how you spell Klingon?
I forgot what site. Strain. I forgot what site I stole this article from. This.
Hey, I don't know.
The Lore War comic. So, there's a bunch of Star Trek comics. I didn't know that there were Star Trek comics, to be honest.
I did.
And so now there's going to be a new series called Lore Wars. And it's all about Data's evil brother, Lore. Remember that for the trivia later. It's a question.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. But here's the thing. This comic doesn't come out until January. And if you're interested, you can pre-order on Amazon.
I'm good.
Yeah, me too.
You're not trying to buy a $25 comic?
I'll wait till the movie comes out.
Order a Chinese copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait till it's on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
All right, we're waiting for this tornado to hit. All right. Guess the Star Trek character, because this went off so well last week. We're going to do this again. Here we go.
Jordy.
There's only two possibilities.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was like, wait a minute, two. That was fucked up. But
hey, I'm just going by the cast.
And that's not how you spell his name. Dax.
Oh, shit. Okay, now it's getting scary.
Shields up a little bit more.
Holy shit. We're getting hit.
Wow.
Can you hear that? Oh, no.
You need to show the camera. Or the camera.
Oh, my God. Look at that wind out there. Shit. Maybe we should just let this go and go into the house. we just gonna let this run. Hold on, you keep talking.
Can we do it from downstairs? No.
No, let's just go in the house. We just need to go in the house for like 10 minutes. We'll be back.
Stand by.
Oh shit! We might be stuck in here.
Well, this will be a first on camera then. 2 crewmen stuck in shuttlecraft garage. As a tornado hit.
You think we're stuck? Or you want to go for it?
Decisions.
What are you thinking? I think we go for it. Let's go into the house.
Take your phone or something with you.
Yeah, sure. Alright, make a break for it.
Man, that is some crazy wind I'm hearing. Well, Crewman told me and Crewman PPG had to exit due to a weather anomaly in their facility there. So we're going to just hold up until this passes. They will possibly be coming back. I'm not sure what they were trying to tell me to talk about because there's not a whole lot for me to go off. I do not have control over the PowerPoint. And I don't know if Crewman Sherry or John B are still in the chat. I am looking at the live YouTube, but they're probably all taking shelter. We'll keep them in our thoughts and prayers and make sure everything is going well. Let me see if I can bring up a news article or some live feeds from that area. Although I don't think I can show you guys because, like I said, I don't have control over this. Let's see. Well, the bugs are still working. That's always good. There we go. Oh, shit. Definitely hearing that. Well, looks like there was some observed. Oh, that was from a flood. Let me see if I can check out the radar warnings or the radar map. Oh, I didn't know that's where Terre Haute was. Yeah, I can't really see where it says. I'm definitely hearing some wind in their background, though. It's definitely showing some, on this one map, it's showing a couple of, definitely showing a couple of, tornadoes. But I can't see exactly where this is. Alright, we're gonna try something else here. Get rid of these ads. Let's try this. So an active tornado watch. Flood watch. Watch. Oh, there it is. Oh, radar indicated rotation. Damn, bug zappers having a field day. To Jackie V, yeah. They're in the house. I'm just here reading the news, trying to keep up because I'm in California, so I'm sure they would do the same thing if I were having an earthquake warning. But yeah, they just ran in probably about 5 or 6 minutes ago. They were under some deciding options, and they opted to brave the weather between the garage and the house. But thanks for still watching. I was trying to tell them to grab their phone to give updates from inside the house on one of his other phones, but even though it's not very Star Trek-ish, we could still keep the communications. That's one of the benefits of today's technology. But I am showing here on this W Underground, the Weather Underground, that I guess it's showing a radar indicated rotations picked up. See, there you go. You can still watch YouTube. Nothing but a little tornado. I mean, if Dorothy made it, everybody else can make it. But he's also got the girls there probably too, so, and Patty. So understandable that they're going in. I would definitely take some phone, some kind of communication. Yeah, I'm still cool with moving. So for a while I lived in Texas. So, and I don't remember what base we were in, but I remember having to do tornado drills. Well, actually we did bomb drills and tornado drills in Texas, and I remember seeing at least 2 off in the distance where we had to go. It wasn't really a basement, but I remember on the base that we were on, or the housing we were in, you had to go downstairs to enter the front door. Like the front door was recessed under the ground. I think that's because of that. Because I remember once we got snowed in, and after my dad opened the door, he couldn't get out because it was just snow piled up. So yeah, I've been on the West Coast for a very long time. And even though I was born in Germany, we went to Mississippi. I remember Germany, but I don't remember between Germany and Texas. Probably because I did some dumb shit and probably got knocked out by one of my brothers or a parent. So head trauma. But yeah, I would like to go out, see the rest of the country. I like the West Coast because of the weather and being able to ride a motorcycle almost 90% of the time. But as I was telling Tom at the beginning of the show here in PPG, I like storm weather. One of the cool things of living on the base in Arizona, or living next to a base in Arizona in Sierra Vista, we actually got 4 seasons. So, and during the summer, around springtime, we would get these spring storms that would build at the top of the mountain, and it'd be perfectly fine during the afternoon and slowly get cloudy at night, and then builds up and drops into a big, they call it a haboob now, but whatever. And it would be storming by 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. So if you ever watch the storm in the movie Tombstone, that's what a lot of the storms were like in Sierra Vista. And I don't know, I don't want to say it's calming, but it just does something for me. It shows the power of nature, and I really liked it. So going to the East Coast, yeah, I'm cool with that. I'll put it to you this way, and it's fucked up. One of my favorite movies to watch is Twister, because I like the weather in it. I don't like the fact that tornadoes destroy houses and everything. I think we as a populace and as new technology should definitely build better structures that are meant to withstand these type of things, especially in areas where they constantly occur, or don't allow people to move to those areas because they're highly susceptible to be destroyed by natural weather. So if you have a tornado alley and that, this 100-mile range alley going from north to south or south to north always happens, restrict housing. Or if you're going to build a house there, you have to build a certain type of house that can withstand a tornado. Yeah, it's one of those things, a possibility. The other possibility is, if you live there, you got to carry a high level of insurance to cover if your house is destroyed, and you got to carry a high premium. And because think about when we got a lot of places built up in the country that are not suitable for living, and they weren't. Sacramento is one of them.
That is cold water.
Hey, sounds like they're back in. They survived.
We're back.
They are back from outer space.
That's funny. Here we go. Woo!
Should I get a...
So I'm glad I could keep
Refill?
everybody entertained that's still possibly listening.
Oh, man.
John B.
My glasses got soaked.
Jackie, JVG. So yeah, I would still move out there. It would be something new.
Yeah, I like the storm weather.
I do.
It's scary for the family, but for me, man, I like it.
I was going to ask you this, and I didn't want to sound... I know me telling you this is not going to sound racist, but to other people it could. How close are the storms out there to like Okinawa storms? Because that's really one that I want to experience in Okinawa or Japanese, like a storm.
Like a typhoon?
It's going to sound like it's cheesy as hell, but like the one that's on Karate Kid. Like, 'cause I've heard that they're very much like that.
No, they are like that. Out here, though, now this year's been very windy. We've lost several shingles off our roof. This year's wind has been more brutal than past years that I recall. We've had a lot of wind.
But like on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put Okinawa storms?
Oh man, it's hard to remember. I mean, I was like 8 years old when I lived there, but
Was that the big one?
Or,
I remember the storms though. They were like, it was scary because my parents left me and my brother home alone because my dad worked like third shift, and my mom had like a waitress job where she worked till like midnight. So me and my brother, I was 8 and he was 4, and we'd be home alone in these storms until, like for hours. And we'd be watching TV, and there would be an interruption on the TV, and it would be like this really scary alert, like, and just like two young kids, 8 and 4. I don't even think that's legal anymore. But
definitely not, because me and my brother were literally the same predicament. My brother's 10 and I was 8, and we were left home a lot. I was just telling them about living in Texas and the Texas tornadoes there, and John B was asking me, like, hey, this is a regular spring day. You still want to move out there? And I'm like, hell yeah. Because I don't know where I would be able to put your storm's base versus a Texas storm. Like Texas, I saw a tornado like as a child, like you could see them and like off in the distance.
It really just matters. I mean, it depends on, like, what matters is if you get hit or not. Like last May 24th, we got hit. We were probably 100 yards from a tornado. A tornado went past our house, and it blew a lot of this building we're in right now had its roof replaced because it only lost a few shingles, but every shingle on this building was dancing. It was bouncing up and down. If it didn't blow away, it was bouncing up and down. So everything got replaced. And a heavy picnic table got slammed into one of the posts that hold up the patio, and that's still damaged.
I was saying that I think that in 2025 we should be able to build structures that are able to withstand tornadoes without the excessive damage that we have. I was on the Weather Underground site. I'm reading alerts to see, first where you guys are at and how close they are, with the radar and everything.
Man, that's quick.
Sorry.
And that
was YouTube? Yeah. Dude, that was like 2 seconds behind. That is crazy.
Oh yeah, the YouTube is very, very caught up.
Holy cow.
But I was saying, if I said maybe they should ban people from living in the tornado alley, or if they do, you have to build a tornado resistant home, or you have to pay high premiums for insurance if you just got a regular old house and your house gets damaged.
Well, it's just like people in California. They won't even give them fire insurance anymore if you're near.
That's only recent.
Right, because it's been.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing with that.
What the thing?
Sacramento, I just found out, because we kept getting these weather alerts of flood. Like, why are they giving them a flood fucking warning? I'm like, we're nowhere near it. And I found out why. Where we're at in Sacramento, the city of Sacramento, they rerouted an entire river to build the city of Sacramento.
Oh.
This entire area should be a river like the size of the Mississippi River, like hundreds of miles wide. And that's still a floodplain. So people that get flood insurance, it's very expensive. And I'm like, but how many people actually know that this is a floodplain because they diverted a river just to build a town here?
Did the Corps of Engineers do that?
They're supposed to.
I don't know who did it, but this is way, 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 way back in the pre-Wired Earp days. Like 1863, like the whole Dutton family on wagon train. Actually, you know what? It is wagon train, because my mom was just watching an episode the other day. And they said, they're building a city called Sacramento out there. That's where we're headed. So wagon train days. That's when it was done. So,
you ready for the final Guess Who?
I'm ready. Now that we're back to our normal basis.
All right,
back
here
to
we
our
go.
scheduled program. Dabo girl. It's not Tasha Yar. It could be. It's not Marina Sirtis because she's not that big.
I would say Troy.
Oh, he's going Deanna.
No, it's not. That's Marina Sirtis. I don't think that's.
Oh, Troy. Troy it is.
That's new though. So
that's after Picard. OGs. Yeah, that's after Picard.
These are not OGs. Let me back up.
What are you going to call them?
When I say OGs,
they're not the originals. These are augmented.
Yes.
These are augmented.
The eugenics.
They've been assimilated.
These are not original equipment. That is not OEM equipment.
Well, Picard is definitely appreciating the situation.
As Data.
All right. Well, that was the Guess Who. I didn't want to burn through all the Guess Who's, but I can find more good Guess Who's like that.
I would say limit it to 5.
New segment. I got more quotes from Crewman Patty to debut here. So you're going to hear the quote and you need to guess who it is. All right?
Do we not get to see the quote?
You're going to get to see it.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready. Risk is our business. That's what the starship is all about. That's why we're aboard her.
Kirk.
I concur.
Risk is our business. That's what the starship is all about. That's why we're aboard her.
You guys were right. That was fun. Let's do one more.
Give us a hard one.
Okay, ready?
What is a man but that lofty spirit, that sense of enterprise, that devotion to something that cannot be sensed, that cannot be realized but only dreamed, the highest reality?
I'm gonna go Cisco or Picard.
I would say Picard.
The end is very Picardish, but the beginning is very Cisco-ish.
John B says Kirk.
Play it again. Hold on, I need to hear it again.
Oh, I flipped this.
Wow,
I flipped it to
John.
Oh man, we've
What is
been
a man
out-Kirked.
But that lofty spirit, that sense of enterprise, that devotion to something that cannot be sensed, cannot be realized, but only dreamed, the highest reality.
That was it.
I think it's because she's saying it without any inflection.
Because she's never seen it.
John is good. He's
John B knows his.
yes, he does.
The messed up part is I just watched that episode recently too.
Yeah. All right, we got very few trivia because I know everybody was saying let's cut back on the trivia. This bug right here needs to get zapped. What color uniform is traditionally worn by science officers in
Blue.
Blue.
Blue
It is. Gee, John got it right.
Yeah, and that's good that I guess the YouTube stream's going out quick, so the audience has a chance. What's the Klingon homeworld called? Oh, why is there answer here? I must have fat fingered.
Yeah, I was going to say C.
I fat fingered. That's my bad.
But bonus question: what is Rura Penthe? Anyone?
That's where they got excommunicated. Isn't that the prison colony?
That is the prison planet.
Mm-hmm.
And for bonus points, what is Praxis?
That's where.
That's a moon that was
the
destroyed.
lithium mine exploded.
Aha! Yes. You've all regained your geekness.
My name is Jeff.
What's the name of the bar on Deep Space Nine?
Quirks.
All right, that was too easy. Okay, this motherfucking dog.
For the bonus question, what is the bar on the Enterprise?
10 forward.
That's not a bonus question.
For bonus question, what is the Syndicate? Oh, it's the Orion Syndicate from Discovery.
What's the computer call on all Federation starships?
Computer.
A.
Beeger. Nope.
Oh, wow.
Library Computer Access Retrieval System.
Yeah.
For bonus points, what is M5?
I don't know.
Distant cousin to Johnny 5.
Who's Johnny? What's the Vulcan ritual to purge emotion?
Ponfar.
Yep.
No. It's Kolinar.
See, I told you John's good.
Damn, John B.
Ponfar is the mating ritual. Kolinar is the purging. Tashiar is the
John B said you a
Romulan.
bitch.
Damn.
Kim will be first alert for weather now.
What species did Neelix? Oh, what is Neelix?
Talaxian. The species that talks too goddamn much.
Yeah. What starship registry is associated with the Galaxy class Enterprise?
Wait, what?
Which Enterprise is the Galaxy class?
Say
I want to
B?
say B, but I'm not sure.
D?
John B says B, and he's been on point.
Yeah.
That's because B is in the name.
Yeah. D.
The Galaxy class Enterprise, 1701 D. Duh. Gonna take that D. I don't have that sound effect anymore.
But I do.
Page 7.
Leave my dick.
What was the name of an android created by Dr. Soong? Not Data. John B's already answered. We pretty much know John B's right. So
I thought it was B.
Hugh is
No,
B.
Hugh is the Borg.
I'm
That's
sorry,
the
not
Borg,
B,
dude.
No.
I don't know what
he's right.
Loquar is.
Loquar? I just made that up.
Oh, I was like, that sounds like some shit Tom just typed in.
Loquar. B4.
Yeah.
Cyberneticist Dr. Nunyan Soong created 6 androids, each equipped with a
Yes.
sophisticated positronic brain. The last 4, Data, Lore, B4, and probably a recreation too, a recreation of his wife Juliana were fully functional. Oh, we see you, Crewman Sherry.
Yeah. Your
I have
comments
a
are coming
question on
through.
this. I was going to ask this before. If they were able to rebuild data off of one positronic network or fiber of a positronic network, and data backed up law onto those positronic networks, why didn't data stay with the androids to build law?
What's that? Like
Why doesn't it go
raid?
back?
Is that raid 7?
Something like that. That would be like in the raid system.
What vessel class is the USS Defiant?
Intrepid? I don't know.
I think it's a Defiant class.
B. John got a B.
I don't know.
Yep.
The Defiant is a Defiant.
But I thought the prototype was the Sao Paulo or something, or I
They
don't
got
know.
renamed.
Oh yeah, it got renamed to Defiant after the original Defiant was destroyed. Who was the first Vulcan to join Starfleet?
C.
I'm gonna go with C. I had a question on this for you guys too. Maybe John B can give his input. Why are all the females? Name one female that does not start with a T. You have T'Pol, T'Pal,
T'Pring.
T'Pring.
Savick.
No, female.
Savic's a
Savick
female
was,
from the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the movie though. Do we really want to count that? She didn't.
Look at you looking for a loophole. What was led to the destruction of Romulus?
Spock.
The
Spock was. Spock was
the red molecule,
matter.
red matter. The Hobus supernova.
Golly.
Yeah.
What was the name of the Klingon moon that exploded? Oh, see, we already gave this one
Praxis.
away.
That was a bonus question. See, John B knows what I'm talking about.
What's Captain Kirk's brother's name?
A. Sam.
Wrong. It is wrong. His name is George.
It's George Samuel Kirk.
Exactly.
I thought it was
Because
his dad.
when Kirk and
But they call him Sam.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
his
they
dad's
say-
name
yeah,
is George.
Right.
yep.
And
makes
you know what's weird is when ChatGPT made this question, it actually gave Sam, George, and David as the choices. So I'm like, well, that's going to create a... Mgyx is going to just go crazy on that one, so I'm going to get rid of George. We ain't got time for that kind of debate. What food item is famously replicated on the Enterprise D as Commander Riker's favorite?
Eggs. I think it's eggs. No, it's pizza. That's why I think he has the pizza oven.
He's dead, Jim.
All right, well, let's see what ChatGPT says. Oysters.
Oh,
What the fuck?
Riker enjoys
I'm a doctor,
oysters
I'm a
as shown in his holodeck cooking scene
Dude,
in
who's doing that
TNG.
shit, stinking up the whole dining room, smelling like fish?
Take your complaints up with ChatGPT.
I'm taking it up with Riker. This is a Riker issue. Riker's got enough wet balls to just wait. I'm about to stank this whole.
he's just so
room up with
nasty.
fish. Yeah, like why are you gonna stank up the whole?
Oh, see, I added a little comment here. Last question. Who served as Bajor's spiritual leader?
A.
Oh, in most of DS9. You going A? John B's going A? Let's go A.
A.
Kai Wynn.
I'd never liked her. I wanted somebody to kick her. I wanted somebody to this to Sparta her. Ever since she came on the screen, I'm like, look, I'm calling her a bitch because I think she's a bitch. This bitch needed to get kicked in the chest. all up to the paw wraith.
So we survived a tornado tonight.
Yep.
And we didn't even really have any problems with our transmission. I'm looking no drop frames, and we're averaging about 7,000 kbps.
You guys left the door open, didn't you?
No, we didn't.
No, it's
I was
that
listening.
big?
I was listening to you inside the house, and I could hear that wind going.
Oh yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah, that was
gonna
the
call
wind.
you or text you, like, yo, use your phone
we
and hop
would-
in the stream.
Yeah, we wouldn't have left the door open. That would have been. That would have caused damage.
Oh yeah, that wind was definitely kicking.
dodge a bullet again.
Yeah, we survived. Oh, let me get a. What do I got here? Oh, I'm empty, man. Come on, man. I'm over here empty on my twisted.
I'm gaining tonight.
Give me some advice. You're supposed to be dead.
Right.
Crewman Sherry's a little quiet tonight.
Well, she was down in her basement trying to not die.
Right.
So I don't know how. So I'm guessing Trenton might have got hit a little worse.
So yeah, I was reading the report because I still can't find you on a map. Just by looking
We're
like,
small
that's where you're
towns.
at. But yeah, I was saying something like Collinsville, Highland, Troy, Maryville, Greenville, Trenton, and then it's New Baden. I was like, oh, that's where it is.
Oh yeah. Well, Crewman Sherry is in Trenton. PVG lives in Trenton.
Almost on the outskirts, almost in Highland.
He got a big ranch up there.
Yeah. And John
With
B,
an extra
I
bedroom.
can't think of where's John.
Got a big ranch with an extra bedroom.
There you go.
Hey, what are your gun laws like there?
It's terrible.
Terrible gun laws.
It's not open carry.
No.
Oh,
no.
John B's in Oakville.
Oakville.
John B's got a
sucks.
Dairy Queen. Man, I wish we had a Dairy
Yes.
Queen.
Magic, we can't own ARs. There's a new law. You can't own an AR. We have concealed carry.
shit.
You have to get a license to conceal carry.
Is it reciprocated anywhere?
I guess if you're a officer.
No, I
For
meant
return.
so I have a concealed carry from Arizona that's reciprocated.
Oh, and maybe I don't know if it would be good here.
It'd probably be
Yeah.
good
It might be.
Yeah. We're in a small, like, if you're just here in the small towns, law enforcement's usually pretty reasonable. It's not like in the big city where they're just dealing with too many problems and too many people. But here, you know, if you know the right people.
Right.
How are they doing that? You can't own an AR. What about all the people that already own AR?
It's pretty much grandfathered in.
Yeah, you can't go
so you
buy
just have
one
to
now.
show that you owned it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like if you have it, then you have it.
But,
you know?
Right.
But now, if you have an AR, which is grandfathered in, you can't have a magazine with 30, you know, a 30 round magazine. It has to be 10, which is stupid, you know, because you couldn't have.
Wait,
Yeah.
does that have to be permanently mounted?
No.
Because in California, apparently, you have to have it. Well, you have to have your 10-round magazine welded to your lower.
It's so stupid.
And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep mine.
So are
In
we
its
in the
case.
clear? I mean, is it official now? The storm has passed? I just heard some thunder, so. And I know that the warning goes until 9:30. Okay, John B says we're all clear.
Thanks, John.
Oh, you guys have a Dairy King there. We have one
Yeah.
here, and I haven't tried it because I thought it was just a fly-by-night like front for something.
It probably
I was like,
is.
I've never heard of a Dairy King.
I'm sure it's not affiliated with
No.
these Dairy Kings.
This Dairy King is privately owned,
Yeah,
and
it's-
they have two of them in Breeze and here in Trenton. Or
Okay.
over in Trenton.
But they're good.
I mean, it really doesn't matter at this point because I can't do dairy anyway. So
Well, no, they got good food, and their French fries are really good. But they got a lot of good food, like the mozzarella sticks are good.
Oh, yeah.
And
happened to-
it's not popular out anywhere other than Illinois and Missouri, but they got really good toasted ravioli. But yeah, the fries are pretty much are going to dominate. Like if you did a top 5, the Dairy King fries would be number 1 on that list.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, I guess no. There's a lot of places called Dairy King. Apparently, it's
yeah.
Hey, did I tell you that Spectrum is? I just got an ad that Spectrum's offering 2 gig.
Are you gonna get it?
No, because now I'm paying for T-Mobile.
I was gonna ask you because you have more of a.
After that last outage, so now I got the 1 gig. I got the 1 gig Spectrum.
What do you think the fastest is that you actually need for us to do this? Because I feel like if you
we did it fine before with the upload speed. See, the problem is before we had 4 people connecting, and that was a challenge because Ninja creates a spiderweb connection setup.
right, everybody goes to you and then you go out.
See, and with this setup, this is why I like the in-studio setup. Because the in-studio just makes it so much easier. And then you're the only remote connection.
So what do you think? 500 megs?
I don't even think 500 megs that might even be too much. Like minimum, you could probably get away with 256 meg.
That's what I'm thinking. So I've always wondered, because Infinity used to always talk about the speed and all that. And I'm like, you realize that I don't think our speed impacts the broadcast because it's all going to Tom. If anything, Tom needs the most speed because he's getting everything sent to him. He's got to download it, process it, and then put it back out.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, he's like, oh, well, you're on, you know, he would always say, I'm on the hamster wheel or, you know, whatever.
I got to stream
I'm
to
on the
you guys
catalog.
and I got to stream to YouTube.
I was thinking, I was like, I don't think that really makes a difference.
And then for a while, I was also streaming to TikTok.
Right.
Did you see what John's comments are? John works in IT.
Yeah. I mean, 100 would be ideal. For a while, though, Spectrum was capping you at like 35, 40, I think. Even on the 1 gig plan, the most I could get upload was 40 because I think the plan is called the 935/40. 935 down, 40 up. But now Spectrum has changed it. Now it's 1G, 1G.
Because it's not Spectrum.
Well, that's who I'm paying, though.
You're paying Spectrum, but it's clear wave based, which means that it's Sparklight.
Yeah, so I'm doing 1G, 1G. But on top of that, I have T-Mobile home internet.
How's that working?
It's really good, actually, because I have a 500 down and like a 40 up on T-Mobile. And so all the other stuff, like the Ring cameras, all the TVs in the house, all that stuff is on T-Mobile now. Everybody is off my network. I'm the only one that's using the Spectrum bandwidth.
Oh, so that kind of supplements.
Mm-hmm.
Most illogical.
What's that running? If you don't mind asking.
It's $40 a month.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so for $40
I
a
need
month.
to get with the JD and Turk plan.
So check this out.
Think of that.
And I'm going to do a video on this. And I'm probably going to post it to Technically Unsound. But my setup now, and I've got this, and I really don't like this company called TP-Link because I've had a couple of their devices and they always go out. Like they always just crap out of nowhere.
For how long did you have them?
I don't know, like a year. Like, remember when I was having problems before? It was because one of my TP-Link switches went out.
Dude, I've been rocking this Switch for like 4 years.
They're cheap. They are cheap. John B says it's cheap. It's cheap, and I don't want to rely on it, but I am using this device called the TP-Link, like Obana or something like that, Obama. This TP-Link device, I can plug in the T-Mobile modem and the Spectrum modem, and what it does is it does a balance. But really what I do is I want certain computers to go out on Spectrum, and I want different devices to go out on T-Mobile. So I have, like I said, all the Ring cameras, all those IP addresses, I have them going out on T-Mobile. All the TVs in the house, T-Mobile.
And so that's all done on the back end where you can be like,
there's an admin.
MAC addresses.
Yeah, there's an admin interface. And then
does it automatically pick up? I know I'm getting way technical. Does it automatically pick up the MAC addresses, or do you have to manually?
Well, you just go in there and you click it. You say reserve this for that, and then it basically you just go in there and do an IP reservation. So you do a DHCP reservation. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see if I can bring it up because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of like MAC filtering on a router.
Hold on. Oh man, should I show
I didn't
everybody?
know that 1 gig by
should I
1
show
gig
everybody my IP address? Maybe not.
Not unless you want to go switch over. Wait. I was going to ask you. What about your MLB one?
Oh, hold on. I can do it this way. I can do it without showing my IP addresses. So let me just share this.
John says don't.
It's 192.168.
All right, so check this out. So here's what I've got so far, because I actually just bought a second one that has 2.5 gig down and up. So the first one I bought for $59 on Amazon only has 1 gig ports. And I got
this is the TP-Link one.
TP-Link. So I got this thought in my head. Oh, you know what? Let me get the 2.5 gig. Let me get the version for $50 more that has the 2.5 gig ports. So I got that one. So this is the new one. So I haven't done all the intricate setup that I did on the first one.
Okay.
But so basically what I've done is like my stuff, like my Mac Studio, my work computer, and then what I use for the podcast, you basically alias those IP addresses. Like you give them little nicknames, right? So so I gave them all static IPs, and then I alias them, and then I put them in IP groups, right? So in the one called, this is SPE primary, so Spectrum primary is those 3 devices, right? So it's the work laptop, my podcast.
Oh, so it can fail over.
Oh, this is complete failover. Everything has. That's what's so nice about this. Let me show you something. If we go to transmission, and then if we go
PPG's like you guys are completely nerding out right now on shit.
if I could say anything, if you guys watching us today don't understand it, if it's Vulcan to you, it's Vulcan to me too.
Vulcans never bluff.
I'm serious.
All right, so I got it now. So John B.
Illogical.
So I wasn't sharing the screen a minute ago, but now I'm sharing it because I think I've got all the IP addresses masked. So this is the so basically what I do is I group all my IP addresses together, and I got two WAN ports, right? So I got WAN 1 and WAN 2. So I got WAN 1 is Spectrum, WAN 2 is T-Mobile. So I created these, so I got Spectrum primary as one setup, and that goes out WAN 1. T-Mobile is primary, goes out on LAN 2. But look at this other thing here, if I can find it. I'm trying to do this without showing IP.
And that's 2.5 through Ethernet, not through Wi-Fi.
Yes, this is all through the wire, as I like to call it. Okay, so now what you do is you go to, let me see if I can find this. Let me see if I can go here, and if I go LAN.
Can you limit speeds?
I could. I can. So check this out. I got IP groups, so I create the groups, and then I add the IP addresses to the groups, right? So that's what I was showing before. So so I have some static IPs, and I set them all up, based on what they are. So I want these to always, like my Mac Studio is always going to go out on WAN 1. My work computer will be WAN 1, and the podcast setup will be WAN 1. That's Spectrum. And then the Google TV, and I'm going to add the other stuff. I thought I had it all added, but I haven't added everything back yet. And that's going to go out on T-Mobile so that it's not interfering with my bandwidth. Let me see if I can... I'm trying to find this thing.
Is that USB connectivity or a USB port?
No, you can plug a USB modem. You know how there's these USB hotspots?
Yeah.
It's got a USB port on it for a USB hotspot. Oh, load balancing. So here's load. So check out this load balancing is cool. So what I do is, the only way I can show you this is if I go into, I don't want to click on WAN because I think it's going to show my IPs. I hold these reservations for a while. But anyway,
Don't believe you.
In the WAN section, I can set up the bandwidth. So for Spectrum, I have I'm fudging a little bit. So for Spectrum, I say that my bandwidth is only 250 megabytes. And then for T-Mobile, I say it's 500 because I want more devices to use T-Mobile, but the devices I want to use Spectrum, I want to pick those devices.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I'm tricking the system to use more T-Mobile bandwidth and keeping the Spectrum bandwidth open for me. But then if we go to transmission so where was that setting where I was showing the load balancing?
It was up toward the top, maybe network.
Bandwidth control. No, it wasn't that.
Oh, wait, go back.
Where was the load balancing?
I just saw it. Right there, load balancing. Down,
yeah, okay.
Down.
Okay, so here's what's nice. For online detection, so what this will do is it'll detect if either one goes down. And if either one goes down, 100% goes down the other path. So I could say I want the podcast to always use Spectrum, but if Spectrum goes down, it's going to use T-Mobile because that's the only choice it has.
Now, does it give you any kind of alert?
No, it doesn't give me an alert. It just does it. I wouldn't even know if it was down.
That's where I would want to. It's cool that it does.
It would be nice to get an alert. Yeah.
I would want to know if one of my services are down because it could be down for a month.
Right. You would be fine. You would never know because you're failing over, but you wouldn't know to complain. But I have a very simple thing here. Is it's just pinging Google's DNS. So if it cannot ping the Google DNS, then it fails over to the other one.
Okay. That's dope.
Yeah, so each one
How's the Wi-Fi working with the T-Mobile?
So the Wi-Fi. So what I do is I have them both. So they both go in. The T-Mobile and the Spectrum feed into the TP-Link. The TP-Link then feeds into the Orbi, the Netgear router. That's where I get my Wi-Fi.
So you've narrowed it down to one. You still only have one.
I'm still using just one Wi-Fi network. Yeah.
So you're not okay. So you're not creating your own interference or whatnot.
Right.
Okay.
Now the thing is, the TP-Link is my DHCP server for the whole network.
Right.
Orbi, I have DHCP on Orbi turned off.
Okay.
This shit sounds technical, don't it?
I get what you're saying because I've done that for work, and I'm like, okay, I see that. Okay, I get that. And I'm asking questions like if I'm in a training class,
people don't know that this is the kind of shit we used to do.
I think I just had a stroke, and I don't know what you guys are talking about.
What up, Infinity in the chat?
So,
my man.
You got a load balancing option there, but what I meant by load balancing is, so like on one of my routers that I had, I want to say, it was either I don't think it was a Netgear. There was another brand of router I used to always buy. When I lived with Mike, I could limit his MAC address.
D-Link or...
It was either a D-Link or something. I remember it was blue. I could picture the box, but I can't picture the label. I could literally limit, because he was downloading stuff that he shouldn't have been, and to discourage that's what it is. I would limit his bandwidth, like after on the weekends. It sounds fucked up. I'd limit it to like 50 megs. Like you're throttled to 50 megs, and that's it.
Yeah, I could do a bandwidth control. So I could limit IP addresses. You know, I could limit certain connected devices. But the thing is, I bought two of these. So like I said, I bought the $59 version that was 1 gig ports, right? 1 gig WAN. This version here, as you can see, is the 2.5 gig WAN ports. Now I don't have the 2 gig WAN service, but Spectrum is offering it, and I've thought about it. And so that's why I said I'm gonna get the router that can support the 2 gig WAN. That way I have it. Just in case.
You gotta have a 2.5 gig WAN device that will accept it.
Well, yeah, you need a router or a modem that does more than 1 gig, right? Otherwise, there's no point. But
if you plug in just a non 2.5 gig, is it going to automatically just throttle it down to 1?
Yeah,
or is it it'll just.
Well, you just have to tell it, right? So there's I think there's an option here
where you can change the MTU speed.
Yeah, I don't want to click on. If I click on WAN, I think it'll show my IPs. You know what? Let's roll the dice real quick. Okay, no. Yeah. Oh, it is showing my IPs. God damn it.
That one doesn't. The other one did.
But yeah, so basically what you do is you do tell it like what's the port speed, right? So you can say port 1 is 1 gig, port 2 is 1 gig, or port 1 is 2.5, or so you can tell it. If you let it auto negotiate, I tried to just set it to auto negotiate,
right?
And it was a little slower. Actually, the speed tests were slower than if I just forced it to 1 gig. If I forced it to 1 gig, it was much faster.
DJ Infinity says I'm switching to fiber. Are you able to do that?
We don't have that option here.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It technically is there. Their contract to switch over, because I used to work for Sparklight, which was part of the Clearwave.
Yeah, Clearwave. We see the Clearwave trucks driving around. They're around us.
They're laying the fiber lines on them. They just haven't done the switch over yet.
You can't get any faster than that, fiber.
No, fiber would be like, that's pretty much.
The fiber though is when fiber breaks, it's broke. There ain't shit you could do to fix it. If his I just forgot the term, that where it connects into your house. If that fails, whatever, let's say it gets damaged by a dog or something hits it, Tom could go out there with a coax cutter and strip it, put a new connector on, and be back up and running.
Yeah.
You can't do that with fiber. You know, if there's a fire in the house, any kind of damage inside the house, Tom or the regular person who has general knowledge can fix it. With fiber, you can't do that unless you work in fiber. Like
unless you're Big E. Big E could fix it.
Do it, but we wouldn't be able to. And even with that, you usually have to do a setting in the fiber modem to reconnect it to the main server, so it can pass its authentication test and push everything out. So it kind of sucks. I get the need of the speed of it. I definitely think, because Sparklight is also doing fiber speeds over coax, there's no point in it. Other than if Tom were going to do straight streaming all the time, going out to YouTube, Twitter, all the services simultaneously, and he needs 1 gig up. I could totally see that. But if you're going to 1 or 2, if you're going to Twitch or TikTok or YouTube, you'd be fine with what you have.
I mean, once fiber is an option, if the price is the same as Spectrum cable, I would probably switch. Because I do feel like with Spectrum cable, you could be at the whim of the congestion. Like, congestion on cable is more of an issue than it is with fiber.
Yes and no. You definitely can get congestion in the main node, but your congestions are... Okay, let me back up. Yes, it would be probably a better idea for you to go to fiber, especially now I just realized you went to a tornado, and I'm sure there are going to be spots that are going to be damaged, and all that traffic, because you're back up and running, all the spots around you that had damage, they're going to start routing through your neighborhood and through your city. That's going to cause congestion. So yes, fiber would be better. The only drawback to that is when fiber breaks, what I mean by when fiber breaks, it's broken. If your cable goes out, the cable guy could be out there probably within a day or two. Unless it's a tornado and there's massive damage, it may take 5-6 days. Fiber breaks, you're looking at weeks. Because it's that much, it's that more, holy shit, I can't talk. It's more delicate. I can't think of how to say it's that much more fragile.
Well, we do have groundhogs. Groundhogs are a problem around here.
Yeah, big time.
I mean, vermin's a problem with all of them.
Moles.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the symmetrical speeds are a good selling point, but like I said, a lot of people, and you know, I don't try and talk bad about a lot of other companies I work from. A lot of cable companies are very predatory. I mean, you just look at TV channels, like they will put a lot of their channels that old people watch in the higher tier programs. Like my mom watches Lifetime, Ion, and the Western channels.
Is there another wave coming? It's gotten loud outside.
Those 4 channels are in the highest tier package for the cable.
Incoming transmission.
Cox Cable does the same thing. They put the tier channels that most elderly people watch are in the highest tier, so that they got to pay the highest price to watch the basic channels. And that selling point, like you said,
PBG's going to go check on the storm outside.
Captain Lazardo just told me
Captain Lazard has to go on an away mission. With the internet speeds, like I said, I think they prey on a lot of people. The advertisements are kind of false. Like I said, if you look at just what you need, like you said, we were doing this at 250 megs, 500 would probably do just as well. And that's why I say, unless you're in an area that is subjected to a lot of downs from weather, or you're doing a lot of streaming, let's just say you're in a place that does have natural disasters like y'all have. If you do a stream to all 4 major services simultaneously, yeah, you need fiber. If you're doing to YouTube...
Holy cow, how are we not dropping packets right now?
because it's good enough. That's what I'm saying.
Man, my speed is very slow.
That's your download speed. What's your upload speed?
Slow.
Not slow to the point where you can't upload.
Wow. I wonder, this has to be weather related.
It is. Think of it this way. Just remember back in the day when we were doing video chats with Yahoo. We didn't have 80 megs.
Yeah, my download was 89 and my upload was 86 right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we just pretty much went through a I don't know what you call it. I wouldn't say a tornado hit, but
it did. It didn't hit at your house, but it indicates that there are at least 4 different hits.
Yeah.
On the radar thing. It had 4 little red squares of where the tornadoes hit. But I don't think, that's not, I think with today's day and age, that's, like I said, it's shitty to say, but that's good enough to get the job done.
Yeah. I mean, the 86 upload is more than we ever had doing the other podcast with all 4 of us.
Right.
My upload speed back then was only 40 at the most.
Now, if you were to, let's say, stream, if we did a Ninja episode of Discovery right now, that's got a lot of fast action, you would definitely see some pixelation.
Yeah.
Because that happened the other day when we did the test. The only time it started to glitch and become pixelated was when there was a lot of action on the scene.
Right.
Or if you're gaming, that's why your gaming there is only at 3 stars and not 5. Because it's constant action. Constantly being refreshed.
Oh, and if it looks like we're looking off to the side, I'll have to send some pictures of what the setup has changed in the studio here. So I have another monitor here so that we can watch the episode. So we watched the episode of Star Trek on the big TV. And then I have another monitor here so that we can watch the OBS screens. So we're looking off to the side to see OBS, and then Ninja and everything else is on the big screen here.
So speaking of watching,
oh, hold on. I got to go check outside for something. I heard some noise. I'll be back.
Your pool is full. I'll tell you that right now. Your
shit.
cement pond is full.
He's about to go add to it. He just said, oh, yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
I got to go to the bathroom real quick.
Captain Lizardo is calling. Good luck.
Oh, that is funny. So what I was going to ask, and I'll ask Tom when he comes back, PBG, since you're here, do you think you would prefer to do the watch before the show of the episode for the animated series, or, well, we'd have to do it before. Do we want to start a half hour early so we could get the watch episode in and then end at the same time? Or do we want to start at the same time and just end a half hour later?
Oh.
I'm going to say start a half hour early like we did.
Yeah.
So that, I know you guys are up late.
Right. Because of time change. I agree. What we did today was good.
I just wish we could show it to other people so they could.
Yeah, but copyright and I agree.
I keep telling them, you can flip it upside down and put other effects on it and be cheesy like everybody. I mean, how does everybody else do it on YouTube unless they're paying for it?
Right.
For the rights to do it.
And
that's the only thing I could think of.
I mean, the viewers, it's not, it's only what, $5-6, for Paramount Plus.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Clips under 5 seconds.
Yeah.
No, I've seen some 2-minute long clips where they're showing them on there. So I just don't know how well they're doing that, or if they don't care about being monetized. His pool now has a tint of yellow to it.
Crewman Tommy's coming back.
It's like the slowest piss ever out in the rain.
It's wet.
It's like pouring rain out there.
Can't see out of my glass.
My dick decides it's going to be the slowest piss ever.
Yeah, your cement pond is full and looking good.
PVG's like, I pissed in your pool.
Oh,
That's right.
Oh, by the way, Crewman Patty pulled a snake out of that pool today. It was alive.
I was working on mine today. Ugh.
What you got over there to drink? Are you out? Man. Thank you, sir.
I'm afraid of two things. I'm afraid of heights and snakes.
Yeah. She just grabbed that thing right out of the pool.
Oh.
Wait, she grabbed it with her hands?
She always does that. She grabs snakes. She don't care.
That is woman shit. That's what I'm not. Tell Crewman Patty I'm no longer calling her P Diz, P Dizzle. She's now Dr. Quinn, medicine woman. That's because that's.
Uh-oh.
No, dude.
Uh-oh. You getting called out.
He cries. He cries when he sees a snake.
JVG.
Yeah. JVG. She's
if
not
y'all
kidding,
got it
too.
like that out there, I'm getting a little 22 with a scope. So when you be like, hey, what's Magic doing outside in the yard?
I'm pulling the AR out.
I'm not hunting scorpions anymore. I'm hunting vermin. I'm just keeping the yard clear.
Hey, if you're out in these parts, there is vermin, an abundance of vermin.
Hey, I will learn how to. Camp 8 goes on everything.
You would not go hungry.
Look, man, just like the storms, I have probably 20. No, I'm not gonna say 20. 15 windows open right now of YouTube videos where people are out camping, like extreme winter survival camping and all that shit. You know, how to build shelters and all that. Because I seriously believe learning how to do these things will be beneficial at some point in time in your life. Just knowing how to, if you're driving across country and you break down, there's nothing around there, how to seek shelter, how to start a fire, things like that. So, and I enjoy watching those. I'll watch those.
Out here, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that know how to do the survival thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm not one of those people, but there are a lot of people who are like, there's a lot of hunting going on out here. There's a lot of people that, they get their own food, their meat. Like they'll go out and get a deer and that's their meat for the year.
How do people feel about getting cows hunted? Because I've had deer and it's all right, but I prefer a cow.
Cow? I mean, cows are farmed, right?
I know that, but I'm just saying.
You can't go grab.
Cow.
I mean, you can. I guess you. I mean, there's a lot of these processing places. Like every town has a meat processing place.
To go hunting, I don't think it's really a challenge to go cow hunting.
It's not. It's just starting. So I've always kind of like what Tom said. If I like outdoor stuff, I like camping. I like the city, but I do enjoy camping.
Right.
It's one of those things. If I had a house and I was living in an area like that, I would definitely buy a freezer big enough where I could just kill a cow, or go to the butcher, get a cow, and just have it processed down, and I would keep it in my freezers throughout the course of the year.
Do these places store for you? Like they'll, if you bring a cow in, do they like cut it for you and then store it?
We did a pig one time.
Okay.
And we have a deep freezer, and
right.
Like what Magic's saying, I agree 100%, And,
we've done a pig here. We did it for Tom's birthday party. We also did it for an annual, and we were going to do it because we do steaks at our bike nights. I was like, why don't we just buy a cow, because out in Arizona you could buy full cow, half cow, or quarter cow, and I did not realize how much fucking meat comes on. Like, I was like, yeah, let's just get a half cow. They're like, you don't understand how much that is. They're like, take a coffin deep freezer, and you may get half of that cow in there, and you're going to need another freezer for the rest of it.
Yep.
Yeah. A standard coffin freezer will hold like a quarter of a cow. And he's like, you're under the assumption that when you do that, you're just going to get all ribeye steaks. He's like, you're not. You're gonna get the legs. You're gonna get ribs. You're gonna get thighs. You're gonna get rump roast. He's like, you're not just buying an assload of ribeye steaks for your fucking bike ride. That's like that's not gonna happen unless you get a bunch of other people that want to be like, hey, let's buy 3 whole cows. You get all the rump roast. You get all the ribs. Whatnot. So
right, like what John was saying, is split a cow. Like maybe Tommy and I can split a cow. And yeah, that works. Butt cheeks.
And then you just take it to the processor, right?
No, you get it from the processor.
Right.
No. So what you do is, let's take a deer, for example, right?
You hunt the deer, you shoot the deer, you put the deer in your truck, you take it to the processing center.
And then they split,
we'll gut it and clean it.
Yeah.
And then either give it back to you and you could dress it. Well, the cutting, cleaning is the dressing part. So you could process it yourself, or if you want us to process it, they will cut the legs.
Yeah.
And they'll cut all the pieces for you.
They'll make it like usable or whatever.
Yes.
Ready for the cookout.
Right.
Now in Arizona, you go to the processor. And
now, do you eat deer?
I have, but
kind of tastes gamey.
Bait,
what are you? What are you like? A cow? More cow or more deer?
I mean, if I'm camping, I'll eat whatever, but I prefer a cow. I prefer just straight beef.
Okay.
And I don't want to deal with all the fur and hair and shit. I don't want that in my burger or my rib.
You can have a cow hoof sandwich.
Yeah. I don't want an eyeball staring at me.
Yeah, I don't know. How many people out in that area do like the tiny homes on their properties? Like with
tiny homes? Just the ones who can't afford big homes.
Yeah. We all have huge palaces out here.
The train cars. Well, they'll take like a train car.
You're talking about like a container?
A storage container.
Yeah, a container home.
House. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. There's a container selling place right now at the corner of I-64 and our exit.
I would love to have one of those. Design.
A lot of people use them. They dig their pools. And they'll dig one for a pool and then one for their container, and that's their storm cellar or bug out shelter.
Yeah, you can do a tiny home,
man cave.
That's what. So Sherry, you're getting down. You're picking up what I'm putting down here. This is all the things that I'm getting at here. I'm coming out to Tom's little ranch, and it's gonna be like the Yellowstone, but I'm gonna call it the Tomerstone.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna have my little storage container house, or you could buy a tiny home on Amazon now. By the way, prefabbed house, and put that out there. And I'm just gonna
compound.
The solar guys were out earlier in the week.
Oh, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, they were trying to sell me solar on the roof. I need to do some research, but I would like some solar. It would be nice to have some solar.
Not a bad idea.
But these guys were talking about like the payment plan and all this other stuff, and I thought, oh man,
solar is running about like if you got to get your own, Mom just bought a new air conditioner or heater unit.
Yeah, Infinity's got solar.
It's a $30,000, if not more, investment.
I mean, I would like it done. I would like it fully done though. It would be nice to have the panels and then have it wired into your, your main breaker, and then have that option. I think what this company said is we could do the battery backup so that all your extra power goes into battery. And so
that's what they're pushing here.
Yeah.
Oh, DJ Infinity and John, they both have it, and doesn't look like they're complaining about it.
Yeah, I would like to do solar. I would really like to move into solar maybe like in the next few months.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. I'm like, I've other people. I know Infinity has it. I know a lot of people that had it earlier back in the day. I think Mike's parents had one, and they just use it. And I know Tom has said something about how much your bill is running your pool pump and everything. And they just used it for that one major utility, and it basically just took it away. They're like, well, shit, we pay $200 something a month, and their electric bill for running the pool pump is, $400.
Damn, this is my fifth. This is my fifth one. You're on number 5.
I'm not saying.
Damn, drinking too fast.
Oh, by the way, we were talking while we were gone. So next week, we're gonna start a half hour
rebates, tax breaks, all kinds of stuff. I think need to do more research.
Start a half hour early and do our take on the animated series.
Yeah, so I think let's do that. Tonight. Let's do that next time. Is what we'll do is we'll watch the episode privately.
Second episode for the viewers out there.
So we'll watch episode 2 of Star Trek animated series from 1972. Our audio will be visible, right? We'll be visible, and our audio will be. You can hear us talking, but we won't be able to share the episode. So, but I think we were funny. Like we were making a lot of jokes while we were watching it because it was kind of funny to watch.
Yeah.
And how Kirk just pushed Porn Stash McGee out the way.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like get out of the way, fucker. Like you don't know what you're doing.
Magic and I saw that guy with the mustache, thinking, "Oh, that is so porn."
And then and then Kirk just shoved him out of the way. It's like, dude, what are you doing? He's the transporter engineer.
And the whole Spock mounting of McCoy, like
that was strange.
That's what I was like. What are you doing, man?
What's going on here?
That's where we needed a pause. We needed to pause that scene to kind of see what was going on.
DJ,
if for those of you who have it, it's on Paramount Plus. It's Star Trek, the original series, animated series. I think there's only a total of 18. There's 12 one season and 6.
Yeah, there's not a lot of episodes, but we're gonna go through them.
And
maybe we'll watch a few here and there. But before I forget, because we're way over.
Way over.
I watched the episode of Enterprise, Archer's Enterprise show, called 24 Hours in Sickbay, where his dog gets sick.
Okay.
So this is the episode where they need beryllium or something. And so they go down, but he brings his dog. He brings Porthos with him. And Porthos pisses on a sacred tree. So this species has this sacred tree or this sacred forest. Porthos goes in there and pisses on one of the trees. And then he comes back and Porthos gets sick. And Archer is pissed and he's like, they need to apologize for making Porthos sick. And it's like, oh God, you're justifying why I think you're an idiot. Like, you are so stupid. Your dog pissed on a sacred tree. Do you not understand that this species thinks this tree?
You got pissed off at the sacred tree. That's what you're upset about. I remember this episode. I was like, you are nothing but a fucking male Karen. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, first of all, you're a Starfleet captain. Why the fuck are you bringing your dog on an away mission? And not even just an away mission, a first contact mission. Why the fuck would you
And
bring
it's
your
a
dog?
mission where they're trying to negotiate like a deal to get like beryllium or whatever this chemical.
They need something for the shield or the armor, or they can't go on.
Well, yeah, because because they have 5. They have 5 of these devices for their warp drive, and only like one of them is about to go out.
Coils. It's the coils.
Yeah, and so they need this. They need this chemical so that they can repair the 5th one. Otherwise, what's his name? Reed is upset because they're like, well, if we lose one, then we're going to be we're going to be at risk. Like
if they would, I remember it. If we lose one, we're going to be running on a backup.
Yeah.
If we run into trouble and we lose one, we're on a backup, and then we got nothing.
And if we lose another one, then we're dead in the water. He brings his dog on this away mission, and he just cannot understand why they're upset that his dog pissed on a sacred tree.
I gotta agree. You know, it's you don't bring your dog. What if shit happens? You know, you're gonna bite some.
I mean, your first run with an alien species was the Klingons, and they shot up a motherfucker's cornfield.
He's mad. So here's the thing. What happens is whenever there's like first contact, the away team sends their genetic profiles. And then the host says, okay, these genetic profiles are all safe. And he's mad because Porthos's genetic profile, they sent it and they said, okay, it's all good to go. But Porthos got sick. See, but then Porthos pissed on the sacred tree. I think they made Porthos sick on purpose because he pissed on the sacred tree.
I think it was the thing where there's a river or someplace in the Amazon where they tell you don't piss in the water. Even if you're on the show, don't piss.
John B, do you know what we're talking about? You know this episode, John B. Enterprise, 24 hours in sick bay is what it's called.
Porthos got sick because he had a pathogen crawl up his urine stream, and it got him. And he's a dog, so he's literally sniffing the ground.
Yeah.
I think that was just a defensive mechanism on the planet. And again, why the fuck did you bring your dog?
See, you guys know I think Archer's a fucking idiot. Archer's a fucking idiot. It's hard to plow through these episodes watching Archer.
But he tries.
He does try. All right, here's the thing.
Exactly. John says they were on experience. And no. I think they set a lot of protocols.
It's more than that. It's more than that. It's not just inexperience. It's stupidity. I'm going to throw that in there. There is a level of stupidity.
The thing I said, it's been a long time. It had been a long enough time where Archer should have known not to bring that fucking dog.
Xenophobia. There's all kinds of shit going on with Archer and Trip.
I have two dogs. I wouldn't, if I were.
Would you ever let them piss on a sacred tree?
I wouldn't take Bob and Ralph on a away mission. You know, Bob and Ralph, especially Bob. Bob is like he's on caffeine 24/7. He's going 100 miles an hour. You can't stop Bob. And Ralph, he's dumber than a box of rocks. You know, he's going to bite somebody, or they're going to run through a flower garden or some stupid.
All right, before I forget,
here's the other logical thing. As a dog owner, previous dog owner, the dog is on a ship 24 hours a day. Where's the dog shitting and pissing to begin with on the ship? Because they
wherever
don't have a
he
huddle
wants.
bed. So okay, and so that means, and Archer doesn't let him run around the ship alone. He keeps him in his room. So he's crate trained, room trained, 24 hours a day. So he's shitting and pissing in Archer's room.
Okay.
Okay. No. Then why would you take it to a planet? You should have known this dog is from Earth. He knows what a tree is. He knows what a bush is.
This dog ain't seen a tree in 4 light years floating.
Right.
Poop.
So of course the first tree is gonna go piss on. And especially because there is an episode where he loses grab plating and he's floating around
in the shower.
So that means
but listen, don't forget.
Floating around.
Don't forget that there's a little sub arc of this episode, which is Archer's sexual frustration. So the way this episode starts is him to Paul and what's her name? Horsey? They're rubbing cream on each other's back.
That I think is that was the writers. That was the writers. Like, this is what will keep people watching. Is we're gonna have Hoshi and Paul half naked.
Why? What was the point of that scene where they're all rubbing cream on each other's back?
Just rubbing,
and then he's rubbing cream on his dog.
Yeah, it was so messed up. You can't get gooder than that, huh?
I'm gonna say that was the writers' attempt to draw people in.
Crewman Tommy's lost.
So my question on that, because I was like, who is Archer gonna be rubbing? Because I'm thinking maybe there's another female on board.
Yeah.
And it turns out he's rubbing Porthos.
He's
My
spanking
question
something.
is this: what happens when he turns around to rub the other side? Because if you do that, you're all facing one way, and then you turn and you rub the other way. Is Porthos supposed to be pawing his
The
back?
scene makes no sense. Like Horsey is rubbing T'Pol. T'Pol's rubbing Archer. Archer's rubbing his dog. What the hell?
Don't get any better than that. Oh boy.
And then Phlox is like, maybe there's some sexual frustration.
Phlox.
That's his name.
That was an interesting episode, and this is kind of why I can watch it. Is I find the humor in Enterprise.
Okay,
But I also find the logic holes in a lot of it. Like, man, what the fuck?
I don't remember if it was the episode before that, but it's the one where T'Pol goes back to Earth. T'Pol goes to Earth.
To the place where her ancestors were?
Yes. I mean, it was her, actually, right? It was actually her. Right. At the end, they reveal.
They never say.
But they show the purse. They show the same purse. Yeah. Yes, Carbon Creek. All right, so there is this scene where they show her changing clothes behind like a white sheet with the light behind her.
Yeah.
And you can just see nip. Like you can see the outline of her nipple, and it's like, I see what you guys are doing there.
Fascinating.
Would you rather have seen the monkey?
Damn, I went through that one pretty quick.
What about a monkey?
I mean, would you rather have seen the monkey?
What monkey?
There is no monkey.
Oh boy.
There is no monkey.
So that's the episode where I say that is truly first contact.
Wait a minute.
Because one of them stays behind and he lives out his life there. So that's why I was like, okay, that's right. What is it? Porthos.
Portos the dog. I've got 5 tabs here, so that means I've had 5. Oh, you handing me another one?
Sure. There's a 6.
Damn, this is number 6. Holy shit. We drinking.
As much as I love going long on our episodes, the parental unit has been left over at a cousin's house. So it's like 2:00.
Damn. You gotta go. You gotta go do an Uber.
No, I told her straight up. I said, look, if you're gonna be done before 4:30, I will come pick you up. If it's after that, it's gonna have to be after 7. And now it's 8.
Damn.
So
California time.
What time is it over there?
It's 8. It's
2 hours.
8:08.
They're 2 hours back.
So yeah,
man,
I will
left his mom somewhere.
I look at
Mom, I got a podcast. Yeah.
She's at she just knows that as the show. She's at my cousin's. She's at her niece's daughter's house. So her niece passed away, and my mom kind of was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take care of him." Blah blah blah. Doing the whole mothery thing that she's always done. Like I said last podcast, we took in people's kids that got deployed. She did the same thing here, but she's like, "Well, you don't go hang out with any of your cousins." I was like, "That's because my cousins are either 60 or 70, or they're children." Like, well, they're not all kids. I was like, the closest one to my age is in jail or prison. I was like, they're children. They can't drive. And they're like, well, your other cousins are. I was like, yeah, they're 20. I'm about to be 50. I was like, I don't want to go hang out with them. I hate their music.
Damn, you about to be old.
And yet you were older than me.
No.
You kids.
Well, let's do this. We'll wrap it up soon.
So you don't get a disease.
Yeah. And I gotta go out. I gotta go out and check on the tree. The tree, the wind and everything.
Right. Your sacred watering hole.
But yeah, good I got some more Archer beef, but we'll save that for next time. I'm always going to have Archer beef. Every time I watch an Enterprise episode, I just got problems with it. It's just like, it annoys me.
Problems. I used to have more problems with Phlox, and then I realized that he's the only logical person.
Phlox is the only normal person there.
Yeah, really. It really is, because he's an alien. He's like, yo, this is second nature to me. My species has been in space. Y'all are the new motherfuckers.
I like Phlox.
I like. Did I say his name wrong?
No, Phlox.
Because you guys were laughing at me when I said. I thought I said Phlox. Or did I call him Drox? Did I say something wrong?
No, you were just using the manner.
All right, John B. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Catch us next Sunday.
John, thanks.
Yes, thank you, John, for hopping in. We greatly appreciate it.
John he's dead nuts on Star Trek. He is
no
a
doubt.
true.
I mean, shit, he got all the trivia right, and the quotes.
Great guy,
no doubt.
So,
I definitely think we need some more quotes.
Well, so Crewman Patty is recovering from her surgery. She had, like they found something in her system. The C word. The C word was kind of like hinted at by the doctors. And so they wanted to get it all out of there. So she had surgery on Monday. And so she's still in kind of her recovery right now, healing from having some of her guts removed.
Continued prayers and positive thoughts to you and your family.
But she said she'll do some more quotes. So I'm going to whip up some quotes on the teleprompter for her. And I like kind of throwing it into the episode. And then having the actual person saying the line right after.
Yeah, that works.
I like that.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't get no copyright. I can see why
we needed more time because you got to develop all these things and put it all together. So I could definitely see why we haven't gone back to the technically unsound aspect of it.
It takes a lot of time, like to do the PowerPoint now, because I got to download. Like I got to get the quotes. I got to create the video for the quote from Crewman Patty, and then I got to go out and find the original quote. Like find it. I got to find it somewhere on YouTube. For the most part, like these are pretty popular quotes, so you can pretty much find them on YouTube. And then I got to incorporate that all. But now I've switched. Instead of doing PowerPoint, I'm using Google Slides. So I'm just doing it all in a Google Slide. And that's made it a little easier. So I'm just going to keep doing it that way. And the Google Slide lets me play the audio. When I was doing it through PowerPoint, it wasn't letting me do audio because you can only do audio in Ninja if you're sharing a browser tab. But because doing PowerPoint was a whole nother app, it wasn't letting me do audio. So now I can do audio through Google Slides. So it's all good. But let's wrap it up because I'm going to head out to check on the tree outside, make sure it's okay. Stay tuned for some quotes from Crewman Patty, and we will be back Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night. And I'm gonna try to figure out a way to squeeze in like I want to get back and do some technically unsound stuff. I was thinking about doing a video on my whole dual network. WAN, dual router setup, a dual modem, all that, and then just doing something there and then work into an episode like where we do another live stream. But we'll get all that figured out because I want to do that this summer for sure. I mean, we're coming up on the summer.
This is true because I was telling PPG I'm probably gonna have to redo the entire office. I gotta go through my box of cables and trinkets that I need to get rid of that I haven't touched in the last year and a half, and make room. And I gotta wheel my little portable AC in here. It's starting to get a little warm.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sweating.
Spring cleaning.
And we got prom. PVG's gonna sidekick with me on. I got a prom coming up this coming weekend, and then the weekend after that, I got another prom. So I got like DJ events coming up.
All right.
So we're gonna knock those out, but yeah, I guess let's wrap it because I got a Captain Lazard is trying to call me on the tricorder.
Hey, I want to thank JVG for chatting in and DJ
Hey,
Infinity.
I'll be back in 1 second.
Yeah, DJ Infinity for sure,
and John and
John B.
Craig, I know you're out there. I know you'll watch us. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
Oh, Crewman Sherry.
Yes, Crewman Sherry and Chief Scott. I know he had some Easter things he had to do. So.
The Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And let me give a shout out to JC Onset. He was out in the studio earlier today grabbing some gear that I wasn't using, and he's going to use that in his podcast. So thanks to JC Onset and 808 Mark for coming through. So yeah, let's wrap it up. We will catch you guys next Sunday night. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and share this video. Comment down below if you have any topics you want us to bring up on the next episode, and we will catch you guys next time.
All right.
Saying bye.
Look at that. Back for the goodbye.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Bye-bye.